Hickok 45 here. Look what I finally have. After many requests over the years, I finally have a USP HK. Specifically, this is the HK USP Tactical in 45, okay? An outgrowth or an offshoot of the famous Mark 23 from back in the early 90s, I guess, okay? A little bit smaller, but it's all HK, it's all USP. And by the way, that stands for Universal Self-Loading Pistol. I did discover, though, I have to actually load it. It doesn't load by itself. So let's do that, take a couple shots with it, okay? Let you know what I think about it and whether it's going to be my new pocket gun. All right, hammer fired, double to single action. So I'll put the safety on. It has a safety. You can carry it cocked and locked like that. See, safety's on, safe. So let's pop the safety off. Why don't we do something unique here? Let's start on paper. See if I can hit the black somewhere. Wow, kind of low, wasn't it? Yeah, let's bring it up. Okay, not bad. Let's shoot something more fun, like that. Or that. Oh, 45 will do it, won't it? 12 ounce. Bam! I love it. I see another 12 ouncer. See how my windage is here on those. Not good enough that time. Got the little paddle mag release there, kind of the European style. All right. And I have another magazine. Let's get tactical. Cool. All right, windage is on. I see a Desperado down there. Yeah. Another Desperado. Maybe we put one on the gong before we run dry here. Let's see. Nice. Sweet. Got another round at least. Let's try a goat. All right. I think I hit it. Yes. 45. Let's take it over here and take a look at it. And tell you a little bit about it. What little I know. It's just a big gun. That's all I know. Well, like I say, this is kind of an outgrowth from the 90s of the Mark 23. I knew some guys when I was competing in Clarksville that were in the 5th group up at Fort Campbell, which is a special forces group, that were really familiar with that, the Mark 23, I guess it was. I remember them talking about carrying it, and sometimes when they actually got to wherever they're going, maybe also carrying their Glocks, which they weren't necessarily supposed to, but they liked the H&Ks. They really did. They're big old guns. And it puts it in a little bit different realm. You know, if you're in a special operations group and you want a big gun, like the Mark 23 is actually bigger than this. This is a scaled down version, and this is a big gun. It's almost an offensive weapon, you know, in a lot of ways. And of course, it's not carried in concealment very often. So the size of it, I'm not going to criticize the size too much. It's meant to be a big gun. And, you know, before it gets too hot, let's go ahead and take it apart here real quick, and I'll show you how it kind of comes down. It's got some kind of super finish on it. I forget what HK calls it, but it's a super finish, supposed to withstand anything. Those original SOCOM models, they tested the heck out of them, and I will assume that these inherit similar reliability and quality. You know, HK makes good stuff. Not about it. You got adjustable sights, windage elevation. You got high profile sights, so you can put a suppressor on it and still see over the thing, right? Like I say, you're hammer fired here. You got double on the first pull, and then when it's cocked, you got single action. And I think it's about 11.5, supposed to be about 11.5 pull on the double action, and then about 4.5 on the single. And it is a nice single action pull, no doubt about it. Okay. You got a rail, but that's proprietary. You can, as I understand, you can put an adapter on that to make it a Picatinny rail, right? But that one is H&K specific. Trigger's got an over travel adjustment on it. Got a threaded barrel. What other doodads here? And of course your mag release, like I say, it's a little different. Now, I don't mind these types of mag releases, but this one is pretty small. It's not the usual paddle. You get used to it though. It's kind of out of the way, and it's ambidextrous, right? It's on both sides. So, you know, that tends to work. And the decocker right here acts as a safety, thumb safety, and a decocker. Watch me decock it. You push down further, it decocks the firearm. So you got all that in one device there. It's pretty handy. Decock it safely. It can be loaded. For those who don't know, if you're new to firearms, new to our videos, if there's a round in the chamber, I could push that all the way down and it's not going to fire. It just decocks it. All right. So let's take it apart real quick, show you the field strip. And again, of course, it's empty. Let's take the mag out. And you bring this back to, let's say, what I decide is the best way to do it. Oh, bring it back right to there. And then you push on the other side here. Pull the slide lock out. And if you got fingernails, you can actually just get under it and pull it right out. It's not. There we go. All right, there you go. It's got this pretty strong, elaborate guide rod and spring. It's supposed to help reduce recoil, and by a fair amount. Don't know that it does necessarily, but and there's an O-ring on that barrel. I notice that kind of catches on a little bit. That barrel just barely fits in there. There we go. See a little O-ring there. You can see that. That's interesting. I wonder how long that will last. Probably pretty well. I think that's just supposed to tighten up the slide to barrel fit. Basically, is why they have that. So, you know, seems like it's well made. I have to say. Let's turn that around like it's supposed to go. Back in. See if I can get my fingers really dirty. Okay. And there's 11 cents for somebody. All right, put this back together. Pretty simple. Notice the rails, doesn't have a lot of rail to ride on. And this is supposed to be one of the really hot-shot firearms. Durable, reliable, you know, so, you know, there's another argument for how just the little nubs as rail can be enough. Okay, that's even less than a Glock has, I guess. Okay, so you bring it back, the slide lock back in there. It's not too hard to take apart. Even yours truly can do it, all right? Okay. And now, why don't we, I think the cat's asleep again. And it does a pretty good job. Let's put a little ammo back. Just have the two mags and shooting 230 grain American Eagle, okay, from Federal. And that's what I like to fire. And this suppressor does a pretty good job. It really does. I know it's hard to tell in a video, but John and I would rate this one pretty high as far as how quiet it renders the gunfire. I don't know what we'd rate it, John, on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe an 8 or a 9. It's a good one. Most of these magazines hold 12, and you would think they might hold another round or two, but they don't. I won't bore you too much with too much of a comparison. I do have the Glock 41 out here and 45. Don't know that I'll shoot it because we're mainly looking at the USP. But if you have a Glock 41, you're familiar with it. This gun is 5 ounces heavier than the Glock 41. Okay, and it holds one less round. We'll do a little bit of size look there, just to give you an idea where it fits on the scale of things. All right, so now let's take these off. How's that? You might not recognize me without those. Now I have noticed the point of aim seems a little different. Maybe it may just be in my imagination. I'm going to try on that paper and see. I haven't done that yet. I've been suspecting it seems to go a little to the right. Not sure which of those holes is mine here. I'm gonna hold up high. Okay, yeah, it might go a little to the right. Let's try a plate here. Wow. You know, you're reminded, I'll put it on safe, when you put a suppressor on, there's this psychological dynamic. It's you feel like, okay, I'm not shooting a very powerful firearm all of a sudden because it's quiet. It's weird. That's a reminder when you shoot those tree limbs. Slaps them around there the same way because it's still a 230 grain bullet, right? Let's get that cowboy over there. Oh, and someone set up a cinder block. Wonder why they did. Let's put another mag and take a couple more at him. Nice. That's fun. I always wanted to quietly demolish a cinder block. Let's go over and hit the gong. Let's quietly sling a big chunk of lead at the gong. Oh, that is fun. That is fun. Cool. I wonder if I can, let's see if I can roll a ram. I don't want to fall. Let's try the left way. He's easy to kill. Suppressor's always fun. Yeah, we appreciate that. We also appreciate Bud's Gun Shop. This is one of the few guns that lately that hasn't come from Bud's Gun Shop. But be sure you check the links for all the people that support us. And you'll find information there and links to companies and added information, top secret information sometimes that the only way you can find it is go to the description, right? Or our Facebook page, the Hickok 45 Facebook or Hickok 45 and Son. We forget to mention that, but we do a lot of postings in those areas. And it also goes to Twitter when we put it on Facebook. So there we go. Try to keep up with you all. A lot of you are on Facebook. I know some are not. But it's strictly for your all's benefit, so you know what we're posting and that kind of thing. Okay. I'm not necessarily a big Facebooker, but we do try to post over there things that are going on, schedules, even when a video is posted. Okay. All right. So, what did I not tell you? Well, let me hold this other firearm over here with it. I've got the suppressor on, so it's a little different, but I'll put the slide down. We're clear. Okay, give you a little bit of an idea here. Let's put a mag in both of them. Most are familiar with a Glock 41 or 21. Okay, they're about the same length, and the Glock 21 or 41 is a little bit shorter, even though it holds one more round. It holds 13, so your USP is a little bit higher there, you notice that. And in this particular model, the barrel and the length of the slide is almost exactly the same. I did this without the suppressor on a little while ago. Okay. Now the Glock 21 would be just a tad bit shorter than the USB, the H&K. All right, so just give you an idea about that. All right, pretty nice gun though. I don't own an H&K, I guess, but it's not because I don't like them really or hate them or anything. They have a really good reputation. I know people that just really like them, swear by them, and have several of them. But yeah, the only criticism I have of H&K, of course, the double single action. You know, I prefer a striker fired gun. And well, I do have an H&K. I've got the VP9. What is wrong with me? I forgot. I like that gun a lot because why? Striker fired. And and the USP I've never been that particularly fond of because of the controls and everything. And again, yeah, you just have a more melted, streamlined effect on whoever made this gun. I don't know who made this gun, but it's some kind of G41, I think. But yeah, the controls are just so minimalist, okay? And this is where the criticism comes from me. That's the way it is. And I won't apologize for that. I just like a minimalist approach to slide locks and all of that. Again, that being said though, if this is carried as a duty gun, it just doesn't matter that much, really. If it's a duty gun, it's in an outside the waistband holster, you got a uniform on, yeah, what difference does it make? And even if you don't, if it's in a good holster, you know, those controls maybe won't bother you, okay? I've just been spoiled. Okay, we're still tight. All right. Oh, we've got a couple of targets here have not been addressed, like a pot. We haven't shot a pot for a while with a suppressor, have we? I know the 2-liter. Cool, you can just hear it smack into it. I gotta go back over there. I'm gonna try to hit the red plate, which might be a mistake with the suppressor on, but I'm gonna try it. All right. Nice sound. I love it. Let's go for that big tank. Whoop, missed it. I'll try the ram on the right. Look. Bonk. Maybe that turkey. I'm not sure. I believe it goes a little bit to the right with the suppressor. All right, I'm gonna try and get that old turkey. Oh yeah, that did. Well, it does go a little to the right. Oh, look at that. I hit the chicken. I wasn't aiming at it, I have to confess. Okay, I'm gonna hold a little further to the left. There we go. All it takes is a little Kentucky windage. Thanks, folks from Kentucky. You gotta quit picking on you. Gong time. Oh, and I never did hit these 12 ounces here. Let's hold a little bit to the left and pop them. There we go. That's all it takes. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. A suppressor is just fun. It really is. Yeah, we've talked about that, how you can buy them off the rack in some countries, New Zealand and some others. It's not doesn't have that sinister association with it that our media or some of our politicians seem to want to attach to it. Of course, it's just a very polite way to shoot, right? Very polite, very quiet. You don't wake up your cat, your dog, or anybody. So this is pretty cool. I guess I have shot it a fair amount, and we over the last week, and have not had a bobble. Yeah, surprise, surprise. It's an H&K. No malfunctions, no problems, and with or without the suppressor. So it's a bit of a blocky gun. It feels, it has a little bit, for me, of that 2x4 feel, I have to say, in the grip. But it's not horrible. You know, it's not horrible. You know, it's okay. And it is what it is. You know, these things are just made well, and they have good reputation. So I understand why some people just swear by H&K, and they're very, very devoted to the H&K line, whatever it is, because they work, they're reliable, and you can't hate something that's reliable. You know, it may not feel as good to you, it may not be as sleek as another firearm, but if it works whenever you pull the trigger, that goes a long way. You know, the number one priority with especially a handgun or anything that could be a defensive pistol firearm is reliability. If you're out hunting birds with your shotgun and it malfunctions, it's, you know, okay, not nice, or it's inconvenient, but it could be much more than just inconvenient if it's a defensive, you know, handgun. So anyway, pretty cool. The USP Tactical 45 Auto. Like I say, it's an offshoot of the Mark 23, and I think those run about over $2,000, and this runs around between 11 and 1,300, depending on where you get it. So that's kind of the price range you're talking about. So it's roughly $1,000 less than the other one, and it's bigger. I have never, I guess, even held one. I would probably not like it too much, other than just to shoot on the range, if it's bigger than this, and it is. So anyway, the USP, Universal Self-Loading Pistol, but you notice I had to load it every single time. I don't understand that. Must be another way to say semi-automatic, right? Life is good.
Hi, I'm Zeke with the Sonoran Desert Institute, and here at SDI, we're extremely proud to be sponsors of the Hickok 45 channel. You may be asking yourself, what is SDI? SDI is an affordable, fully accredited distance learning education program. We have an emphasis in gunsmithing and firearms technology. If you decide to become a gunsmith, you'll need to learn proper gunsmithing techniques, and while some people will use an apprenticeship program to gain these techniques, a formal education will ensure an organized, more comprehensive learning environment. But when you choose a gunsmithing school, it's still kind of difficult. So it's very important that you choose a gunsmithing school that meet the following criteria. First, look for a nationally or regionally accredited program. And whether distance learning online or through a brick and mortar ground program, a gunsmithing program should always have a hands-on element. And finally, make sure you look for a school with high student satisfaction. Find reviews online, check out its Facebook or other social media, or get on the same social media sites, find some alumni, and ask to speak with them about their experience. And while we're not at SDI today, I do have some of the firearms I've learned to work on and build myself through the SDI program. So let's go take a look at them. Okay, maybe not. We'll just get seriously. Can I not get a chair that fits me? I'm a big guy, dude. So I guess back to what we were originally talking about. Above all else, find the school that's right for you. It's not always going to be the distance education programs or the brick and mortar ground schools that are for everybody. Just make sure you do your research on multiple options before you make that decision. But if you want more information on our gunsmithing school, just go to www.sdi.edu or call us at 1-800-336-8939.